Welcome back to the Early Edge on CBS Sports Network. We're talking the W now. We bring in our WNBA betting expert, Calvin Wetzel here. Calvin, before we get into some money we can make tonight, because it is a massive slate here, let's look at the season from a bigger picture here. Obviously, Paige Bueckers minus 1,400, I believe it is, to win Rookie of the Year. So obviously not a big conversation from a betting standpoint. But we've talked about some of these W players and how, sometimes their media followings will help them a lot here too. Who are some players that maybe a casual fan doesn't know as much, some rookies that are making an impact this year?
Well, you see him on the screen right there. You got to start with the pair of Mystics, the third and fourth draft picks, Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron. They have both been incredible for Washington this year. Kiki's averaging 13 and 9 on 54% true shooting. Sonia 14 and 5 on 60% true shooting. A big reason why the Mystics have been the surprise that they have been and just knocked off the Aces on the road last night. So continuing to have success because of those two. But there are some other rookies making some noise as well. You have Tahina Pau in Atlanta, Monique Koa-Makani in Phoenix. Big reasons at the point guard position for those two teams doing so well. Isaiah James has been coming on strong lately for Dallas, Sanaya Rivers and Anissa Morrow in Connecticut. So this class is really deep. We've already seen 36 rookies play this year, get any minutes at all, which is the most in a decade. So even just in terms of the number of rookies that are making rosters and getting in games, this class is extremely deep and a lot of talent behind Paige Bueckers.
Out of curiosity, really quick, if Paige Bueckers' name wasn't Paige Bueckers, if you're looking just blindly at stats and stuff, is she that dominant to be minus 1,200? Or do you think if you took all these names away, where do you think she'd actually be?
I do think she'd be the favorite. Maybe the name is helping her a little bit, so maybe more like minus 400 or minus 500, because that pair of Mystics, especially Kiki Iriafen in particular, averaging close to a double-double, definitely is still in the conversation. And Paige missed a few games earlier, obviously, with that concussion. So she's probably a little bit inflated for that name, but she also has been so good this year and definitely does deserve to be the favorite.
Okay, so she is backing it up here. Perfect. All right, let's go to another big name, another big team, Sky with Angel Reese here. Just a few days ago, I think it was, you went to the game. You were wearing a Sky t-shirt on this show, and you're like, nah, I'm fading them. I'm taking I think it was the other team's team total. I was like, that's the most savage move of all time. Hope that worked out for you. But we're going back to the Sky. Let's talk about them again. Their win total for the year right now, 12.5, which is quite alarming. But they have won only 4 games. So if you had to pick the over or the under on this 12.5, where would you be going?
Well, I faded them the other day, and even though they did win the game, the fade cashed. The other team's team total still hit with the Sparks, and I'm fading them again on the win total under 12.5. Camila Cardoso just left after that game for the Euro Cup competition, so they're down a starter, and their schedule is about to get brutal. They have a 4-game road trip starting tonight against Golden State. We're going to talk about that game in a little bit. Then they have a homestand, but 2 of those are against Minnesota, the top team in the league. One of them is against Atlanta. Then they go back on the road at Minnesota. 4 of their next 9 games are actually against the first place Lynx. And they have not been favored in a game yet all year. Somehow the only team in the league that's true for. And looking at the schedule, I don't think they will be favored in a single game until August. So at 4 wins, you need 9 more wins to clear this 12.5 line. I think that's too much. I think they stay under.
Basically 9 upsets too, the way it sounds like it would be. That seems, wow, that is really sad for them. All right, well, let's just keep, pounding at it while we're here. They're going to the new kids on the block here with Golden State. Golden State 8.5-point favorites in this game. I know you probably don't think the Sky are winning this game. Do you think the Sky maybe cover this game?
I do not. I'm once again fading the Sky on the spread in this game and going with Golden State minus 8.5. Rinse and repeat on this show with Golden State. I've lost track of how many times I've come on this show and picked Golden State spread, and they just keep cashing for us. So why deviate from it? In this game, mentioned Sky losing their starting center in Camila Cardoso. The Sky also don't have a lot of three-point shooters. They rely on players like Cardoso and Angel Reese scoring around the rim. They have a couple, but the Golden State Valkyries are extremely good at baiting you and daring you to shoot if you are a mediocre or bad shooter. They love to pack the paint. They love to take away anything easy at the rim. They'll play some zone on you if you don't have 4 or 5 shooters on the court. So this is a really bad matchup for the Sky as well, even if Cardoso was in the game. And so minus 8.5, I think it's a good line for the Valkyries here.
All right. Well, you know what? We got to just stick to what we know here, and that is fading the sky and going with Golden State. Let's move on to a total you like between the Lynx and the Dream here. This game's close to a pick 'em, which actually kind of surprised me, but you rather attack the total.
Yeah, well, Nafisa Collier is questionable, so if she does play the Lynx, I'm sure we'll move off of a pick 'em and be a little bit more favored. That's why I'm sticking with the totals because we're not sure about her status, but I like the under either way, whether she plays or not. Her impact is so big on offense and defense that it almost cancels out. Under 156.5 right now is a really good line for a Lynx team that's the best defense in the league. It's the reason why they're in first place in an Atlanta team that over the last 5 games has been the second best defense in the league right behind them. These are also the two slowest paced teams in the league all season. So you could dig deep into the matchup and talk about how Atlanta takes away threes and the Lynx force turnovers and all of this. But at the end of the day, when you have two of the top defensive teams in the two slowest teams in the league, I'm not going to overthink it. We're going with the under here at 156.5.
Perfect. We are running out of time, so I am going to give out your Sky Ariel Atkins over 1.5 threes here at plus money. We do deserve to give the Sky just a bit of respect here, so got to get that out there. But thank you, Calvin, so much for joining us here on the Early Edge. And if you want more from the whole crew, you can go to the Early Edge podcast or on our sports.com and join there.